Doma Sports Talk Worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now we got a little movement in the heavyweight division, right? A little movement, but it ain't like we got good news. You know, it's just something going on, right? We know that we don't actually wanted undisputed Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk, right? That's what we're hoping for, undisputed. You know, but that's not going to happen because basically Alexander Usyk want to wait until the beginning of the year to heal from his Anthony Joshua second fight. And Tyson Fury, as always, wants a tune-up in between. So yeah, Tyson Fury starts saying, well, hey, I'll fight Joshua in December. So when we had going back and forth, I didn't really mention it because Tyson Fury's involved. Whatever. And then Eddie Hearn and them is involved and Joshua. So just like I thought, fight probably won't happen. I just said one thing about it. I said, hey, they want to fight on December the 3rd or 17th. And after that, I kind of left it alone. But now we got it. It seems like this fight's probably not going to happen. The more reports you're hearing, it seems as though it's not going to happen. Hey, if it does, be great for the English, right? Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, somewhere filling up a stadium or whatever. That would be good. But, doesn't happen. Now, that second date that Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua was talking about was December 17th. Now, I don't know how that's going to happen. But what has happened is Joyce, the man who just is number three in the heavyweight division right now, is what a lot of people think, right after Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk, right? I've seen, some ranking where he's third. But I told you after beating Joseph Parker, the winner of that fight would be hot. And that is Joyce. So Joyce has basically put his hat in there anyway. It's like he would fight Fury too. But he just mentioned it again. Joshua, on December 17th, I can meet you as well. Right? And I was reading the article. I don't want to do Joshua like that, so I'm not going to read the article I was. But it just really, really kind of shows you where Joshua is now. It's like, yeah, you better not mess with, because they're saying you better not mess with Fury. You're in trouble there. You better not. You can't mess with Usyk no more. Right? You're never gonna mess with Wilder, right? So and then Joyce, they started talking about, hey, with Joyce, his work rate, right? His chin, punch positions, like I always like to say, right? And then they even said that Joyce's power, which I don't agree with. I think Anthony Joshua got more power than Joyce, but they said power. And the way that he's always there, his stamina, work rate, chin, all of those things are going to be too much for Joshua, which leads us to be, who the hell Joshua going to fight? Andy Ruiz Jr. rematch? A trilogy? I don't really know, because at some point here, you're getting to the point where who is he going to be the favorite in any kind of significant fight, right? That's that syndrome that Canelo kind of has, right? Canelo is similar. Him and Joshua, similar, like coddled guys, anointed guys, right? And you kind of, you kind of maneuver them. I'm trying to be easy, take it easy today. You kind of maneuver them. They are good fighters, but they get put in these situations where, and we be just telling the public that they're the very best, and then it patronizes people who've been watching sports for decades, right? You'd be like, excuse me, I see other guys. I don't know what you guys are talking about. And then you start wondering, why would you say that in national TV, that that's the very best fighter? What's something going on? Is this some occult or something that's happening? Because we got eyes. You can't just tell me who's the best when I'm watching, right? But that's what happens. And then, it gets in situations like now, all of a sudden, the British media don't want Joshua to fight nobody. They think he doesn't have really a chance. Right? So that was the very best fighter just 2.5 years ago. But he never was, but he was a good fighter. And that's the point. I think they think that the consumers, Floyd Mayweather guys, get off of it. That was an anomaly. Ain't nobody gonna, not get hit but about 7 times in his career and stuff like that. Really get hit. Win 50 fights, and there's no distance in every single fight. We just call them close fights with Mayweather, not fights that wasn't really close, like Maidana. That wasn't really close. Now your boy Castillo, that was close, but all that other stuff wasn't close. He might have had a round or two where he didn't win significantly, but nobody got close to beating Mayweather, to be honest, and they damn sure ain't nobody his size. You know what I mean? But they're not having that. They're going to be close fights. The fighters, they don't have the very, very best. We don't have to like the very, very best. Let me tell you something. There's fighters that, I like, for just an example, just pulling my first one come to mind, like Danny Garcia. Right now, he's not the very best welterweight, right? So, I like him. He's a good damn fighter, man. And I'm watching every damn fight. I'm going to go for him in every damn fight. That's just going to happen. Just roll with him, regardless, because the dude is bad, period. He comes into most of them fights, and that's what got me to him. Because he was coming in most of them fights as underdogs. He's the underdog of Khan, underdog Matisse, you know what I'm saying? And pulling those fights out. I'm not going to forget that just because, he loses against a bigger Errol Spence, and in a good fight with Thurman, another good fight with Sean. They're naturally bigger than him. He moved up. So I'm down with the guy. He don't have to win them all. And that's how we roll, boxing fans. You don't have to be the very, very best. So you don't have to sell us that BS. We know who's the very best or not. But anyway, moving on. I'm just saying Andy Joshua right now better get a good fight. I better take one of these fights. Now, if I was him, I would really try to lock in and get this Tyson Fury fight while the getting is good, right? Because if not, you're going to be fighting them Joe Joyces of the world. That's not considered the very best, but damn sure good enough to beat you. You're not going to really want those kind of fights. So bottom line is, let's see what happens going with Joshua going forward. I wish him well here, but I do see that, the aura is taken away totally. And, he's going to really, really have to make a statement in this next fight here. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm about to here, y'all.